Hey YouTube, this is Crowd68 from Germany near Frankfurt, and I wanted to post a new English video because we've started a discussion over here in Germany about habitual smoking and smoking for pleasure. And there have been some guys who made a distinction between these two ways of smoking a pipe. So they say in the evening when you sit down, and that's smoking for pleasure, and then when during the day when you're smoking while you're working or driving your car or in the garden, that's just habitual smoking. And if you accept that distinction, I would have called myself a pleasure smoker, because when I smoke a pipe, I really deliberately sit down and want to enjoy the tobacco and have a good time. But I think it's not that easy, because then I thought about how I came back to smoking pipe, and I basically started to smoke the pipe because I realized when I came home from work it was difficult for me to separate work life and private life, and I always carried things with me and for way too long in the evening. So I thought, well, it's nice to sit down with a pipe, cup of coffee or a cup of tea or just like that in a armchair or on the porch or on the balcony and ponder about what happened during the day and calm down, right? But that would be actually habitual smoking, because you're using the smoking of the pipe in order to achieve a different end. It's not just for pure pleasure you're doing it. Of course, it makes life better for you, so it is pleasurable in the end, right? But there is a habitual component here, right? That's for sure. And on the other hand, even when we're driving in our car or when we're working in the garden or in the office, we're enjoying the tobacco when we're smoking it, I hope. And so there is at least one sense that's being stimulated, our taste buds, right? And also our noses, and so it's very hard, I think, to separate between smoking for pleasure and smoking for or as a habit, right? What we can actually say is that intensity is probably where the difference comes, right? So in this evening situation, when you light up your fireplace and the candles and you listen to some music and you have a nice drink, and then you also enjoy a wonderful bowl of something, that of course is the maximum pleasure you can actually seek. And I think there's a lot of intensity, but even when your smoking experience is not as intense as it is, it still has the connection with pleasure. So this is my point of view, but you might agree to differ. That will be very interesting, because I think it's an interesting topic to ponder about habit and pleasure and intensity when we're talking about pipes. So I hope to receive a few answers from over the pond, and I think you might have to say a few things here. So until then, stay healthy and keep your bowl smoking, and greetings from Crowd68.